Hello guys and gals, and we've got a great one for you today. We've got a feel-good one for you today. We're going to be reacting to a 96-year-old Air Force veteran. He flies he flies a P-51 Mustang after 70 years of not having flown it. He flew multiple campaigns in the Second World War. So I'm really excited to see this one. I hopefully it puts a smile on my face. I've watched a lot of veterans of the Second World War speak, and what strikes me always is their modesty and how humble they are. And a lot of them have praise to God, and they just really want us to remember exactly what happened back in the 40s. So let's get to the video in just a second. Before, bear with me and just remember to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy watching this kind of content. Also, let me know down below if you do enjoy watching this kind of content. It'd be nice to know if I'm going off course or if you are genuinely enjoying it. I'm going down the patriotic route. I'm trying to sort of react to and play homage to anything that really strikes me as amazing in terms of the United States. So this is one of them. Also, I'm going to be leaving a super thanks button underneath this video. So if you do feel like you'd like to to give money to two things. First of all, this channel keeps us afloat. We haven't got any merchandise yet. Oh, that's another point. Should we start making merchandise, apparel, t-shirts, hats, stuff like that? Would that be something you'd be interested in? That's number one. Number two, if you do give money to this channel through the super thanks button, 20% of it will go to an American charity of my choice with your recommendations at the end of May. And it will also help support this channel and keep it going, because without money we can't really keep going. So we're doing our absolute best. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to the video.
World War II pilot takes to the skies yet again, Bob Brocklehurst. He's 96 years young, so climbing into the cockpit of a World War II plane can be a little bit of a challenge at 96, but wait till you see what happens when he gets behind the controls. Listen to that engine firing up here. It's been decades since Bob was in a plane like that, but during World War II, he flew them all the time.
Yes, and today he got another chance to soar above the clouds. Fox 13's Kimberly Quizon takes us along for his ride.
At 96 years old,
Don't bend my legs like I used to.
Bob Brocklehurst needs a little more help boarding a plane than he did back in the day.
First step's the hardest.
But give him a second, and he's right at home.
He's an amazing man, and our family is so proud of him.
With a grin and a thumbs up. This World War II veteran took off from Tampa in a P-51 Mustang, similar to those he flew in the war. Once he's up in the air, he's surrounded by memories.
I went back and landed that rascal. True story.
But on this flight, Bob wanted more than a trip down memory lane.
We're all clear for a loop, are we?
He tested a few of his old tricks. Yes, he got to do the loop and even a few barrel rolls. And he did it with skill.
You are amazing. You are the man. Made me feel right at home. It's just like putting the car in the garage. You do it without thinking.
Bob served nearly 30 years in the Air Force. He enlisted before America entered World War II, and he served 2 tours in Alaska with the Aleutian Island campaign against Japanese forces, which had occupied the territory.
Weather was the worst enemy up there. We started off with 1,500 guys in flight school, graduated 971. We lost about 251.
The Alaskan terrain was some of the roughest any pilot would navigate during the war.
We got it on the job training.
The Collins Foundation made this flight possible. They say the real reward is getting to spend time with veterans like Bob.
He's a national treasure, just like the airplane. That's what I told him. I said, I am flying with a national treasure.
As the number of World War II veterans continues dwindling, Bob hopes his story and others will live on.
I think it's important the young people remember that there was a war and it wasn't all parades and beautiful flying in the skies.
In Venice.
Thank you, and great landing.
Kimberly Quizon, Fox 13 News.
That is the best story I've seen in a long time. That's amazing. The plane Bob flew today is part of the Wings of Freedom tour. It will be on display at the Venice airport until Sunday.
Oh, wow. That's absolutely amazing. Wow. That was a feel-good one. That made me smile. It made me happy. Let me take these out and I'll tell you what I think about that. That made me really happy. You see his smile. Well, he wasn't smiling when he was flying, but his concentration, you can see that it's all flooding back to him. flying that P-51 Mustang, which, by the way, did you know, was actually produced with the same engine as the Spitfire, the Merlin engine made by Rolls-Royce. Just so you know, Rolls-Royce also makes a lot of engines now for modern aircraft, such as like a lot of Boeings. So now you know. But anyway, that made me really happy, and I want to touch just very briefly on what he said there at the end, where he said he wants people to remember that the war was a war. It wasn't just all happy victory parades after the war had ended, because we lost a lot of fantastic men in that war, and they call it the best generation, and I think he sort of encompasses that very much so, because you see when he's speaking how humble he is. He's not all up in arms about how he gets to fly the P-51. He's, of course, is excited, but he's wanting people to remember the fact that there was a war, and he's wanting people to remember, that people, that men died and gave their lives. And that bit where he said that he started air school, was it air school? He said, yeah, with 1,500 men, and ended up with 900. And I'm assuming a lot of those dropped out, and unfortunately a lot of those passed away. So he lost 200. They lost 250 men. I mean, that's a ridiculous loss percentage wise. And you should never boil the deaths of brave men down to a percentage. No, of course not. That isn't what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that's just the level of loss there is absolutely staggering. Now, these were incredible men who did absolutely incredible things. Now, I think fighter pilots nowadays are absolutely incredible, and they have the world of technology at their fingertips, and they're able to do these incredible maneuvers. But imagine being able to do that in what would be considered now a very basic and outdated aeroplane. No, I say aeroplane, you say airplane. Yeah. That's just absolutely incredible. That made me really smile. That probably made that guy's year, and God bless him. I really hope he's still with us, because yes, he is a national treasure, 100%, as is the aircraft. But let's focus more on the man, because the man, absolutely incredible. So really, really good for him, and good for the pilot who obviously piloted that aircraft with him in the back, but obviously he flew it also, and that was really an incredible story. It's very heartwarming to see things like this, because I feel as though a lot of younger generation when I was growing up, there was almost a fixation on the Second World War. There was that idea of wanting to know everything that happened. I think the generation before me also had that exact same feeling, and I don't ever want that to disappear. I think to forget the sacrifices and the hardships that our boys and our girls who went through, because I know that when I say girls, I know they weren't there on the front lines fighting, but they were in factories, they were building equipment, and because of course there was a labour shortage in the United States and in the UK of men, because men went to fight, and therefore women had to pick up that slack, and they did an incredible job. That is a job of a hero also, or a heroine, shall I say. But yeah, honestly, just incredible. It just makes me happy that they gave him the opportunity to do something like that. And you see, as old as he is, mentally he's still there, and he's still able to control the aeroplane as if it's second nature, and that's really, really cool. Anyway, guys, that was extremely heartwarming. I'll leave it at that. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it made you happy and smile the same way it made me smile. Please revert back to the beginning of the video where I talk about the donations and the super like button, or the super thanks button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Hopefully you did, and I can't wait to see you guys next time. I've got a few more videos for you that I'll be posting today, and then I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a fantastic day, guys. I know you're sleeping, but have a fantastic day when you wake up.